Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in today to channel MKChip. I am MK the CPA, and along with my sidekick Chipper, we teach people how to be fiscally fit in the areas of finances, investing, taxes, and more. The focus of this video is taxes. Guys, it's super important that we get you to a point where you understand some basic tax law. By the end of this video, you're gonna know whether or not you can claim somebody as a dependent or whether somebody can claim you as a dependent on their tax return. So stay tuned, we're gonna answer those questions for you right now. All right guys, there's 6 rules to know about when trying to claim a child dependent. There's 6 tests. There is the relationship test, the age test, the residency test, support test, joint return test, and number 6 is the tiebreaker rules if applicable. I'll tell you right now that the first 4 apply to most people. Number 5 and number 6 are a little bit more specific and more unique to a taxpayer's individual situation. The first test that we need to satisfy is the relationship test. If you're trying to claim somebody and you're the taxpayer, the person needs to be either your son or daughter, they need to be your stepchild, foster child, grandchild, etc. They have to really have a direct relationship to you. All right, a little bit of a trickier test is the age test, but here's a logical way to break it down. If they're under 19 years old and you're their parent, for example, it's gonna be very easy for you to claim them, okay? It starts to get tricky when they turn 19 or when they turn 19, because at that point in time, if they are not a full-time student between the ages of 19 and 23, you are not going to be able to claim them on your tax return. So remember that. So between the ages of 19 and 23, they must be a full-time student in order for you to claim them. Now, once their age is 24 and up, it's virtually impossible to claim them unless you're gonna try to claim them under the qualifying relative rules, which I'm going to discuss in another video. The third test is the residency test, meaning the child must have lived with you for more than half the year. Now, there are some exceptions to this. If they're away at school, that's okay. If they're away on business or work, that's totally fine. And even if they cannot be living with you because of a certain illness, that's fine. Those are exceptions to them living with you for more than 50% of the year. That is the residency test. The next test is the support test. The support test says the taxpayer must provide over half of the child's support. Scholarship payments are usually ignored for this calculation. So what that means is if you have a student in school and they are bringing home huge scholarships and they're killing it and crushing it in school in a good way, that's not going to impact you on the support test. If you feed them, clothe them, provide a roof over their head, basically if you weren't there, if they could not sustain a living on their own, you will meet the support test for them and you will be able to claim them. All right, this is the 5th one. This one's a little bit more unique. This is the no joint return test. And what this says is, if married, the child must have not filed a joint return unless filing jointly to claim a refund. So the way I interpret this is if you have a married couple living with you and you're supporting them, they cannot file a joint return and owe tax on that return and you still be able to claim them. Now, if that married couple who's living with you files a joint return just to get a refund, that's okay. You can still claim them as a child dependent. All right guys, number 6, and this one is probably the most complicated. This is the tiebreaker rule test. And really what this is about is if you have a situation where maybe you and your spouse have separated or are living apart and you have children together who are going back and forth between your houses. So this tiebreaker rules test is going to help you determine whether you can claim them on your return or whether your spouse or significant other can claim them on their return. I'm going to show you a chart because it's the simplest way to show you rather than talk about this in detail. Just refer to this chart in this slide. You can pause the video, and I'm also going to leave you links in the description down below that can help you find more information on this subject, because there may be additional forms required depending upon your marital status in your guys' situation and child custody agreements, etc. So this one is a little bit more unique and a little bit more complicated, as I originally discussed. All right, guys, those are the 6 primary rules to claiming a child dependent. Now, there's a whole nother set of rules for claiming qualifying a relative, which is somebody who's 24 years of age and older, which I will talk about in a future video. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the video here. These videos are not only gonna help you learn more, but they're gonna help teach you and help you become more knowledgeable in the areas of finances, investing, taxes, and so many other subjects. These videos are intended to help you become more successful in life so you can live your life uncaged. All right, guys, if you have not already hit that red subscribe button down below, make sure to do so. That way you will not miss any of our future videos or channel updates. My goal by July of this year is to reach 100 subscribers. If you could help me do that, I would so much appreciate it. So thank you. If you have any questions or comments for me, please leave them in that comment section down below and give me feedback whether this is good or bad, if you found this video helpful. If you do leave a comment, I promise you I will respond to the best of my ability. And I do make new videos every single Sunday. That is my current upload schedule. I teach people new things each week. So until next time, I want to say thank you so much for all of your love and support. And I will see you guys next week in our newest video. And as always, remember to go out there and live your life uncaged.